my creative peeps, and welcome back to my channel for Creative Week 45. So you may notice that the lighting in this video is off. There's lots of shadows at times. That is because I'm house sitting and I don't have my normal setup, but hopefully it's not going to be too distracting for you. This week I started off with working in my pen pal journal. I did bring that with me. I still had some things to document. I am all caught up on my pen pal things except for my journal with Jenny. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I know you'll start flooding me with more soon all at the same time, but I'm pretty proud of myself for being caught up for the most part. So this is a letter that I got from Lucy over at Lucy Oodle Do, something like that. I probably butchered her name, and I'm sorry, Lucy. She does her Take 5 challenge with us, and she sent each of the Take 5 ladies a really cool Christmas thing. She made me this awesome fold-out envelope thing, and she sent me one of her cards. She does have an Etsy shop, too, so like I said, I'll leave her YouTube linked below so you can check her out. But I was just documenting that, and she put these adorable little reindeer on it. So cute. She, like... it looks like she made a thumbprint and then drew the antlers and stuff. I thought they were adorable. So I cut them out and put them on there. This is actually mail that I replied to a while ago from my pen pal Randy, and I forgot to document it. Well, I didn't forget. It just hadn't happened yet. So I'm doing that. I decided to pull out some of my stamps and do some stamping, which didn't go very well because the book's not exactly flat, but it's just for background or whatever, so it's not a big deal. And I wanted to use this giant feather sticker that she gave me, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I was doing that. More stamping. I'm obsessed with these mini archival inks. Like, they changed my life. Why would you ever buy a full stamp pad? I don't know. I love the earth tone set. That's what I'm using in here. It's like coffee, sepia, like a plum color, which is what I just stamped the special delivery in. Big struggle with that, and the black. So it's awesome. So she also sent me all these really funny stickers that remind me of like skateboard stickers or something you get out of a vending machine or something. So I wanted to use some of those, and I'm obsessed with them. I gotta figure out where I can get me some more. Super cool. So I just put the panda on there, and then I added some string to her letter because there was a little hole at the top, and paper clipped that on there. And of course I used my date stamp. Some more of those funny stickers. And then I decided to go back to Lucy's spread here and do a bit of journaling. I felt like the reindeer were just kind of floating there. So, yeah, working on that. Used my Tombow brush pen in the gray color, which is one of my favorites, to outline that. Then, what am I doing? Oh, I had some Jane Davenport washi tape from the first release still, and I just keep it in my travel bag because it's an easy way to use my washi tape strips up, so I just stuck some of that on there. And now I'm going to work in my regular journal. This is a different day. So I think the shadow is a little better in this video. I just got a call that interrupted my voiceover, so hopefully this will make sense segueing into this. But I'm flipping through my journal from Tammy, my flow journal, and I wanted to use some of the paper to make a card, journaling card type thing to go with this photo. I did an urban sketching of this photo. If you didn't see it, I will leave it linked in a card above. But I just wanted to back it so I could journal on the back about where I took the photo and stuff like that. and I wanted an excuse to use some of the paper she gave me in that flow journal, so doing that. And then I used another sticker from Randy of this girl. She looks like she's an explorer, and I used one of my target practice stickers, which I'm almost out of, but I love those. And just some more bits from another pen pal. There was a tag in there that said Seek Adventure, so I'm going to attach that to the front of the photo with a brad. So I just poked a little hole in there and used one of the star brads that I have and stuck it on there. So it kind of moves, and I don't know, I think it's cool. And then I'm going to use my date stamp, of course, in the watering can color because gray for life. And yeah, I'm doing a little border here, and that's my journaling card. So I'll journal on the back of it and then clip it into my journal at some point. Probably with one of those adorable turtle paper clips that she gave me, because turtles are awesome. So is coffee. If you hear lots of background noise in this, I'm sorry. I'm doing laundry and all kinds of things happen. So anyway, this is another page in my journal. I'm using something else out of the flow journal that came from Tammy. It's kind of like it's paper, but it's almost like fabric-y. I don't know what it is, but it's cool and I love it. So I'm going to use it as a background for two photos. One of me reading my book, and one of my friends sitting next to me reading his book. So we got snowed in, so we just read books, and I finally finished that book, and I would not recommend it. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Goodreads, you can go ahead and do that. I plan on starting. I've never read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Nick the Booksmith did a story journal about it, and I was like, why haven't I read this book? So that would be my next book. I'm also listening to an audiobook about pirate hunting that was recommended by one of you lovely creative peeps, so thank you for that. And yeah, so I just used my date stamp, and I used a piece of ephemera to journal on and made a little pocket because I talked through it, but I think you guys could figure that out. Then I just took another one of those journal cards that I had clipped in there with the eye on it from Nick the Booksmith, and I used a tea bag holder thing. See, no words on there, and I'm going to journal something on it and put it in there. I wrote new glasses on that tag, and I hated how it looked, so I just put a piece of washi tape over it. It's like it never happened. Those are my new glasses from Firmu, which you would have seen in my 2018 journals I'm using video, which I'll also leave linked in a card, so you can check that out if you want. These are some old Tim Holtz rub-ons that it's a miracle they still even work. I don't know how, but they do, so I'm continuing to use them until the end of their life, their natural life. Then on this page, I didn't journal on it yet, obviously, but I wanted to prep it with some color for when I did. So I'm just using some Distress Oxides and making a smushy background. You guys know it's one of my favorite things to do. Really into the browns and the grays and the greens and all the earth tones lately. The earthy vintage stuff. So I'm just doing that. I still love my color, but that's kind of my jam at the moment. So that's what that page turned out to be. And then I ended my week working in my bullet journal, setting up for February. So I filmed a little bit of the kind of artsy parts. Not really artsy. I'm still gluing and pasting, but you know what I mean. So you guys will take a sneak at that. You'll still see my setup videos when it's all done, so don't worry. But this is just a little peek into what I did this month. So I'm using my calendar from Fran Nerd on her Patreon. She gave us a bunch of calendars at the beginning of the month for 2018. I also used that feather from a book about feathers and birds that my aunt gave me a long time ago, and I found finally again, so that's pretty sweet. And then just layering some bits on. I felt really collagey today. I used that sticker on my finance page, and it says, "Anything you do for love and not money is a revolutionary act." And I really like that. So this is my finance tracker that you'll see me setting up. On the other page where I put the playing card, I used the sticker that said monthly milestones, but it's really my monthly goals page. It doesn't bother me that the wording isn't totally correct. I know what it's going to be, but it's just a good way to use my stickers that I wouldn't otherwise use. I did everything crooked today. Like, that is so crooked. But yeah. So anyway, doing that, I'm using my stickers from Powder World and Planning with Kay and just all kinds of things. If you want to know where something specific is from, just ask, because it took me 5 years to list everything per usual. So doing that. I really love playing with that string on there. I'm definitely leaving that there. So I did my lines. It looks like a ledger. I just used my Tombow brush thing to make the lines for my, no words again, for my finance tracker. I really like it. It helps me separate it in my brain. And then here I'm drawing out my tracker for my social stuff. I track when I answer comments, post to IG, post to Instagram stories, post a video, work on Happy Mail, film for a video, and work on my Etsy shop stuff. So that's been working for a long time, so I'm still doing that. And then I have my drink tracker on the far right there. I'm setting up the week a little bit because I found some stickers that I needed to use. So I'm just doing that. I believe I did a video on how I plan for my week, so I'll try to leave that in a card linked if you want to see that. Here I'm trying to figure out which color ink would go with the colors that I picked for the month, and that, like, yellow-orange is the wrong one. See, that's what I meant to grab, but the caps look so similar. I grabbed the wrong one when I was home, so yeah, kind of disappointed about that. We'll have to wait. I mean, I'll be home on February 2nd, so it's not a huge deal, but yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I also forgot to bring my February stickers, like my month stickers that say February, so I'll also have to wait until the 2nd for that. Doesn't jive well with my instant gratification issues, but we'll just have to deal with it now, shan't we? So that, just layering more stickers, yada yada, same stuff, different week. Then I usually have a tracker that's for my journaling in the summer, tanning, and hanging out with friends, but I decided to, I started working out again last week, and I'm so happy that I decided to do that. Yeah, but anyway, so I wanted to track and make sure that I continue working out once I go back home, which is a bit of a challenge, but anyway. So yeah, I just kind of changed up my tracker to work for that, and that's the end of the video, you guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.